channel, and today we are going to be talking about two films again. Instead of doing like an original versus a sequel, I'm actually going to be talking about two different films. I guess you could kind of call it a versus. So the first one we are going to be talking about is How to Be a Serial Killer, and the second one is God Bless America. So I'm just gonna go ahead and first start out with How to Be a Serial Killer.
You want to be successful? Of course you do. Who wouldn't?
Well, here's the key to my success. Haven't you ever fantasized about pushing someone into oncoming traffic? Take them out there, chop them up, throw some dirt on them.
So let's go ahead and get into exactly what this film is about. The title is pretty much a dead giveaway for this film. It's basically about a guy who is a serial killer teaching you how to be a serial killer. A portion of the movie is him dressed up kind of like a magician, interacting with you as the viewer to give you the lessons, and then the majority of the film is him teaching those said skills to a character named Bart, who is actually played by Matthew Gray Glover. For those of you who maybe don't know, he plays Dr. Spencer Reed on Criminal Minds, which I think is kind of awesome because show where he hunts serial killers, and in this movie he is playing one. This movie I did watch on Amazon Prime, so if you do have it, it is on there. So I will just go ahead and get into kind of some of the things that I really enjoyed about this film. Like I mentioned, obviously Matthew Gray Glover, which I feel like he's in a lot of like really good films that don't get a lot of attention, which is kind of surprising because obviously like a lot of people like him and know who he is from Criminal Minds, but don't pay quite enough attention to his movies, which I think is kind of sad. And I loved him in this. He plays very like he plays a very common character for him, which is kind of the socially awkward, doesn't know how to interact with other people. And Mike, which is the name of the killer, he meets Bart working at a video store, and he's basically being pushed around by an employee. So Mike asks Bart if he could do anything to that guy. What would he do? As kind of his way to test him, and of course Bart tells him, you know, how he would like to kill him, and so that's when Mike knows that he can take this guy under. And so the film just, like I said, it follows him teaching Bart these lessons, but unfortunately it does eventually backfire on him, as for the most part he's going through killing just people that he deems as being horrible. You know, like the guy that, like the evil customer, and at one point there's a guy that's like tailgating him, and you know, all these different reasons that, you know, I'm kind of finding these, I guess, little reasons why they deserve to die. But he gets found out by his girlfriend, who of course confronts him when she finds his safe of like guns and other torture devices, and he ends up killing her because of course she's sane and tries to go to the police. And then there's this kind of epic scene of the two of them trying to move Mike's girlfriend's body into his car, and they, of course, it's the middle of the day, they get caught because Mike is just panicking and he's not really thinking everything through, and so they get caught by a neighbor. So he then has to shoot that neighbor, who then, you know, another neighbor sees him, and so on and so forth. And So he kind of ends up going on a little bit of a spree. He then leaves and does probably not the smartest move. Immediately goes to this shed in the middle of the desert that has all this stuff in it. Apparently has his name, I guess, on the paperwork for this shed, because the cops immediately find them and there's like an all-out gun show between him, the two of them, and the police, which ends with Mike taking Bart as a hostage, actually, and telling him to tell the police that he was just a hostage and all this, which of course then ends with Mike getting arrested at the end of the shootout, and it even goes as far to him like in jail and like having his last meal and getting executed, and then it ends with Bart kind of in his car giving this speech. Oh, I didn't mention, all of this is done as if someone is actually making a documentary or a movie about what they're doing. Mike films his murders so that Bart can have them, and there's someone who's like interviewing them, and at one point even Mike's girlfriend gets interviewed. Obviously she doesn't know what's going on yet, so that part was kind of weird. But so it ends with shooting to Bart is in his car and he's talking to the camera and giving this kind of speech about how, you know, nobody understands Mike, and Mike was actually a great guy, and, you know, he hopes that he can impact the world the way that Mike did. And then you see him like hiding a gun away and like running off towards somebody's house. But yeah, that's basically what the entire film is, and I honestly really liked it. So I actually went into this thinking that it was gonna be kind of cheesy. I didn't expect it to be that great of a film, but I ended up really enjoying it. Yeah, it is still a little bit cheesy. It's definitely more so a dark comedy. There's definitely a lot of dark humor in this. If that is not for you, then you may want to skip out on watching this one. But if you enjoy the dark comedy like I do, which is I'm gonna assume you do because you're here watching this review, I definitely suggest that you check out How to Be a Serial Killer. Now to talk about God Bless America.
My name is Chloe. I live in Virginia Beach, and everyone loves me because I'm so pretty. I wanted an Escalade! This is the biggest day of my life, and I'm doing all the work!
Hey, creepy. Isn't the schoolgirl thing a little played out?
Don't move and don't make a sound.
If you want the car, just take it. My parents got me the wrong one anyways.
Yeah, that's a tragedy.
Did you just kill Chloe? Awesome.
So this one is a little bit different than the other one. It does still focus on two characters who have teamed up. Frank, who is a middle-aged man, and a 16-year-old girl named Roxy. And this one, they, instead of being like serial killers, they more so go on a killing spree, which, if you're a true crime fan like myself, you know, that there's a difference. This one starts with Frank, who finds out that he is terminally ill, and having had enough of the cruelty and stupidity in the world, goes on a killing spree. It basically starts with his loud and obnoxious neighbors, kind of takes them out first, and then moves on to where he teams up with Roxy, which is when he kills this girl who is on a kind of Sweet 16 type TV show, if anybody remembers that show from MTV. I don't know if it's still on, but he kills her, and Roxy is a witness to it. They go to the same school, and she is impressed by this, so she kind of just inserts herself into Frank's world to basically follow him around killing obnoxious and horrible people. And it's definitely quite a bit more intense of a film than the first one. The first one has a more, as weird as it is to say, lightheartedness to the comedy. This one really, it is still a very dark comedy, but it really goes all out with the killings, which of course I kind of really love. And it's very much more like fast-paced because they are on a spree. And this one ends with them going to like an American Idol. It's called American Superstar, I believe. But it's basically like an American Idol. Ends with them in an all-out shooting spree with the police. And in this one, they actually, both characters actually get gunned down. And then that's just the end of the film. It just shoots to the TV title, which I honestly think is like really great way to end this film, because I think continuing on to like them living in an after story wouldn't have worked very well for this film. I think it worked great for How to Be a Serial Killer because it's really the entire steps that just about every serial killer will go through till their death, and that also kind of adds a little bit more like, we're not encouraging people to be killers, although we all as viewers know that that's a ridiculous theory, but anyway, won't get into all of that. And this one, God Bless America, came out in 2011, and How to Be a Serial Killer came out in 2008. Just to add some more background information on these films. Now on to which one is my favorite. This is kind of a little bit hard for me to choose because I did actually really enjoy both of these films, and they are both very different in certain ways and both very similar in certain ways. You know, they do both focus on two pairs. One though is, again, serial killers, one is spree, but they do focus on going after people that they view as doing society a favor by taking them out. However, in How to Be a Serial Killer, they more so are picking the victims based on people that are generally just did something to annoy them that particular day, whereas in God Bless America, it seems like they're going after people that they see as, you know, more so annoying other people, you know, more so being horrible to and affecting the lives of generally everyone around them. And like I mentioned in God Bless America, there's definitely a bit more bloodshed in this one, which is why I think I'm gonna have to go with that one as my favorite, as maybe crazy as that makes me sound. If you guys have been here for a while, you know that I love the gore factor. I've said before, the bloodier the better. It was on some sort of government list, I'm sure. I mean, I was looking up How to Be a Serial Killer earlier. Just the movie. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give this one to God Bless America, just because I'm pretty sure there are definitely more kills in this one, if not more kills, definitely more intense ones. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to God Bless America. So if you have seen either of these films, let me know what you thought about them in the comments below. If you've seen both of them, let me know which one is your favorite. If you did enjoy this review, please do give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button for more horror-related content. And before I go, a quick shout out to my Patreon. Thank you guys so much for helping to contribute to the channel. It means the world to me. And if you guys want to know the perks to being a Patreon, link is in the description below, along with all of of my social media. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later with another video. Bye.